So first we need to import. So this is a default one. We have to import pandas and numpy also, because the inbuilt pandas is used in numpy modules. So we have to import both the things. As I said earlier, now we are going to see series part. Okay, series data structure. Okay. So series is nothing but represent data in one-dimensional data structure. One dimension. It has only one dimension. Only we can maintain only one dimension data. Okay, similar to array, but it has some additional features. Similar to array, but it has some additional features. So what is the additional feature is, if you create a series, it has a two arrays instead of one. Arrays means it has only one, but here it has a two arrays, value and index. Okay, so array holds data, but here two arrays. One is one array has values, another array has index. Okay, so like this we can create. Normally it should be like this: series, two arrays, one is index, another one is value. 0 1, by default it start with 0. Index already we have seen. Whatever value you give, right, it comes here. Okay. So it is index. It has only limitation is only one dimension. Okay, value is very important. By default it's index is setting up here, but value is our intention, right? So for creating series, we have to use pd dot pd dot series. The parameter we have to pass array, whatever array we have, right? If we pass that one, and the series is getting created. Okay, series object. Suppose we have a default index values are here. So if you want to assign some meaningful label instead of index, so we can pass it. So if series has a two parameters, if first parameter is array, second parameter is index. In that index, we can give some meaningful any label, A, B, C, D, like this. Now, a series is not a set. Okay, so in pandas we are having a two data structure. The one data structure is series. Okay, similar to array, but it has some additional feature. Okay, suppose if you are having a one data, a one dimensional data, you can assign with the series. You can do multiple operation. Okay, set in the sense, set is a Python data structure. Okay, but on top of that, pandas it has on top of that on Python. Okay, pandas on build on the top of Python, Python inbuilt function, inbuilt data structure, and numpy. On the top of that, pandas was built. So here pandas has a Python has a different data structure. So everything is used here. We can't say specifically this one is a set like this. But here, if you come to Panda, it has a two data structure series. So we can hold the data in series format or data frame format. We will see in data frame. Okay, it's a different because uh, we're using data only these two formats. We can hold the data. I hope you are clear on this. So here, so default index is there. Other than that, we can give some labels. Okay, user defined index also we can set. Okay, so here, if you want to get values, only values. Index has a series has two columns, right? Series. One is index, another one is row, another one is values. So in series, if you want to access values, you can access directly values. Values only is getting returned, and index you can directly get the index of that series. So selecting internal elements, okay, how to access element because it's a index based. So default some index also there. You can access with the index. Instead of this one is a label, okay. So before that it has some index also. So you can access with the index, okay. Or otherwise, if you want, you can access with that label value also, okay. You can use the label, you can access it. uh, so from and so start and end, if you give the start and end index, you can access it. So you have to specify the colon, okay. Start and the end, okay. You everything is from start, before that end, okay. It will be getting rendered here. Suppose if you are using label, okay, you can't specify the start and end. You have to specify with the comma separator in the filter condition. S is a series. Inside that, you have to give some list of that filter condition. Here we are getting the filter condition. We are setting B and C. Okay, so B and C values are getting rendered. Okay, now we are seeing how to retrieve, how to get select data. Okay, that is very important because whenever we are doing any data manipulation, selecting the data and updating the data, all the things are very important. Okay, because this pandas library is one of the important, very uh, one of the popular library for especially data handling. Whenever we are doing if you are going to do any ETL process with Python, okay, pandas are playing major role on that. Okay. So assigning values to the element. If we know the index values are labeled, we can assign the value. Okay, it will be getting changed. Okay, this mutable things. So we can change the in two ways. If we know the index or if we know the label value, label this. Okay, so you can change it. So till now, what we have seen is so creating series from array. Okay, creating series from array. So now we just again I got some problem. So how to define series from a Numpy arrays and other series? Okay. Here we have so we have array here. We have created some series. Okay. And with the help of this series, we can create another series. Okay. First one, this series created with a numpy array. Yes, 4. So already we have created some series. Okay. Yes. So if we pass in series series function, if we pass another series, okay, we can create a new series from here. Okay. So here, okay, okay. Here, one thing we have to note it down. Here we are having some array, right? So we are passing array in the series. So new the series is getting created. If we see pass the array in the series function, series is getting created. So or otherwise, if you use directly a series in the series function, new series is getting created. If you change the values in the array, eh, we are trying to change the values in the array. If you check this series, that value is also getting changed. Okay, because if you change the original source, the value is also getting changed in the series object. So how to filter the values based on the condition we can filter. Okay, we can give some condition in any query parameters we are giving, right? It's a greater than, so we can get it set some condition here. So from that we can select items. Okay. We have seen this kind of functions, this kind of filtering options in NumPy. Okay, on the basis of NumPy, Pandas also use the same filtering conditions here. So similar to that, we can use some because everything is the operation and mathematical functions because of NumPy. Because internally on the top of NumPy, Pandas was built, right? So internally it use operation and mathematic functions. Already we have seen np.log, right? If you pass a series, everything is getting calculated. Okay. So here evaluating values. We have a series, okay, series of values. In the series function we are passing some values and the indexes. Okay, you can see here there is some duplicate values, 2 2 1 1, some duplicates. Here also label also has some duplicate. Okay, here everything series accept all the values, everything is accepted by series function. The series object is getting created. So if you want to get a unique items, okay, because it's the only data structure, we can't restrict, sir, restrict because set is different. Only thing is in the data structure, set only won't accept duplicate values, it remains unique. But here it accepts all the things. If you want unique items, you can get it with the series dot unique function is used to retrieve the unique values. Okay, and suppose how many counts are there. So one is how many counts, two how many counts. If you want, you can use a value counts function, inbuilt function for series. It has a unique and value counts. These counts are mainly used, suppose if you have some class label, like in the sense, you have one data set. Okay, you have a data set. So like a similar to house data set we have seen. One more label is there. So house is good or bad, zero or one condition. In this data set, if you want to check how many zeros, how many ones, for that you can use value counts. Just only getting this column and check series format. If you give value counts, it will be getting rendered. How many zeros, how many ones. Through that you can check how many, whether it is the data is balanced or imbalanced. If we can verify that. Okay, one more option, one more function is there. Just a second. So is in 0 or 3. If it is there, suppose these values are present, okay, it shows a true, otherwise it's a false. Okay, series has an inbuilt function is in. We can check the values is present or not. It returns some boolean values. Okay, some returns is a boolean value. Suppose we want to select only the items as a 0 or 3, we can select it. So in this one is a series. Okay, series filter condition, we have to give this boolean returns filter. Okay, so if based on the true or false, only true items are getting returned like this. So none values sense. So not a number. Okay, none values mean not a number. If there is a no number, any number, we can suppose if there is any during analysis or any when extracting the data from some other source, sometimes this values comes in the data. Okay, uh, so any suppose divide by 1 by 0 or log value of minus, So if you take any mathematical operation, that times the none values while processing the data or will getting from data source, some manual error, something will come like this. Okay, none values. We have to handle that. That is important task in data processing. Okay, in series, in the sample we have this none value. Okay, so how to handle this one? So there is a function, inbuilt function in series. We can check whether it is a is null. Okay, is null. If it is null, it shows a true. Okay, so it only gives a boolean or a boolean values, whether it is true or false. We have to use, if you use inside the series, if you pass this true or false condition, this is a filter condition, so that values are getting selected. But if you use is null function alone, it gives a true or false. Not null, there is one more function, not null. It returns true, whatever the values having the not null values, right? It returns true. You see here, this one is a none, it returns true here. This is null function. Not null function, these values are true, that's why it's getting true. So here what we are doing is we are using filtering condition. So this one is a filter condition. So we put a condition here. That's why the values are getting selected. You see the difference here. How to get the values if you apply any filter condition. Filter condition is these functions. Okay. So you know the difference between if you are using filter condition, if you are using function alone, it will return the boolean values. But if you want to get the values, means you have to use that functions inside the filter conditions. Okay, like this, it returns only over data as the none values. Suppose if you want to analyze the data, what are the values are having the none, what are the rows, how many rows are having the none values, so you can use this filtering condition. Okay, here we have seen creating series from array, series from another series. We have seen all the things. We have seen some selection and assign value to the series. How to create a series as dictionaries. Okay, here we have a dictionary. Dictionary means it has a key and a value pair. Okay, key and value pair. We have dictionary. You can directly pass in series function. Uh, so if you pass directly dictionary to the series as a parameter, the series object is getting created. But whatever key, right? Key keys are getting rendered in the index label. Okay, render as a index label. Values are getting assigned to in the values column. Okay, here you have here we have a colors one data array is there. So we have a dictionary. Okay, you have a dictionary. Already dictionary, with the help of dictionary we create a series. Okay, so we are creating in the series, what we have done is we have used dictionary are also having the key and value pair, index. Okay, index we are using this color array, we are passing index here. Okay, this dictionary also have some index. The I anyhow we are passing another index arrays. Okay, what happens, it getting all the values. Suppose if any values are missing here, right? So here there is no green here. Okay, in keys, but here we have a green, that is also getting created, but value is not here because values, dictionary values are assigned with these keys. But for the green, it's setting it up and none, so value is not there. The default is as a non value. Suppose we have a two series, so we want to concatenate. We can't to concatenate. Okay, how to concatenate? We have a directly. You can use a plus operator. You can join two series. We have a series, series. Some already we have created. Another series we have from creating from some dictionary object. Okay, my series 2, it has a red, yellow, black. Okay, so it's getting created new series. Okay, a red, yellow, and black. So whatever the common things between these two series, right? It's getting added because we are using plus operator, addition operator. That's why the values are getting added. If it is a numeric values, values are getting added together. So we are having a red here, red also here, here 2000. Here we are having a 400, 2400 red values, 2400. Yellow 1000, here yellow 500, 1500. Black is not there, that's why black is none. So some other values, those values, some other index labels, right? Like a blue, green, those index are not present here. That's why everything is getting none. Whatever they having the common, right? Common common index values are getting added at random. Rest of the index and index are getting displayed, but it has a none values.